Jarvis? Don't leave me, buddy.
YouTube, it's your boy Zamba. Welcome back to another banger. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the 3 best price action strategies for beginners. So do it to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right to the video. Now, this is the first strategy. Is actually the break strategy. And what does that mean? Actually, it means the market must give a momentum. First things first, you will need a push, either to the downside or to the upside. So you will need a push here from a high or a low. So in this case, we need a push from a high because we are trying to sell, right? So we have a push here down, and guess what? The market broke out from that level, and that's why it's called the break. Now, you can either enter from 2 options. The first option you have is you enter right from the break. So you enter from here and put your stop loss right above that level, and you put your TP 1:2, 3, or any risk to reward ratio that is of your choice. Okay, it depends on what you target. Every single day there is a target for every trader, every single week, every single month. So it all depends on you, right? Now, this is the first option. The second option is to wait for a retest. Now, after the break, you wait for the market to come back to that zone. So I'm using this as an example. So this is the first scenario. You enter here and you put your stop loss right above that level, and you put your TP targeting the lows, right? So the second option is you enter at the retest. So the break occurred, and guess what? The market retested that level, gave you an option, which is the second one, meaning you need to enter for the sell, right? So the first option is entry from the break, and the second option you enter from the retest. So if you want to be safe, you want to enter at an appropriate zone, or you took a late entry on this zone, then you can enter. So it's like a second chance for you. All right, now let's move on to the second strategy on the list, right? So let me go here. Let's look for the second strategy. So the second strategy is actually using the momentum shift. Yes, it's called the momentum shift or loss of momentum. What does it mean? It means that the market has finally given us that push that we need, one, but we're not actually taking a break here. We're not trying to trade a break, or you can still trade it as a break, but remember, the break must come with a momentum, a high momentum, either from the upside or the downside. But this second strategy is actually using the momentum shift. And what does it mean? It means that the market has given us a push right here, as you guys can see, and then it has finally failed to break a high. So it has failed to break this high right here. What does it mean? It means that the market has finally lost its potential to move forward. So it's time for us to give it a try for a sell. Of course, remember, we are working with probabilities, right? So we take our sell and put our stop loss right above that level right here. We put our stop loss right above here, and we put our TP at the lows. Remember, we are targeting these lows, right? So it all depends on your risk to reward ratio, either the 1:2, 1:3, or whatever, right? Now, this loss of momentum comes in 2 ways. It either comes from a head and shoulder, or a W pattern, or an M pattern or formation. So let me explain. Now, if you look at this scenario right here, we'll see that this is like an M, right? Just forget about the weak rejections and all of that. Let's talk about the main pattern, right? It looks like an M. If you watch my videos very well, you're going to see I use this pattern very well, and I use it a lot because it gives us that confluence, right? It just gives us the basic confluence that we need to take our trade. So as you guys can see, this is the M pattern right here. So you see, this is the M pattern. So we are going to move forward to another pattern, which is the head and shoulder pattern that I was talking about, right? So let me look for the head and shoulder pattern. So for the head and shoulder pattern is something like this, right? We see that there is a momentum shift. I will draw it, and let me just zoom out a little bit. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. So you see that there was this is the first shoulder right here, then we have the head right here, and finally we got the right shoulder. So this is the momentum shift we're talking about. The market has lost momentum, but in this case we see that the market, it's not like this one. It's not like the M pattern we did before that gave us a weak rejection. So that's why when trading all this, you need proper guidance. So if you want to enter a trade from this level, that's when you need your own proper strategy, your own entry strategy. But in general, if you see this, the moment you see this pattern, you go to a lower time frame, right, and look for a momentum shift right here. So let's see, right, we look for a momentum shift. If we look at this, there is no momentum shift, but the break is there. We are lost now. Let's see if I can get back. So okay, this was okay, right here. Good. So remember, we're talking about the break, right? So it must come with high momentum. So you can use the first strategy to enter here. We use with high momentum, and guess what? There was a break. Where is the break? A break from this pattern here, a break of this level right here. So this level, we mark it out, and when the break occurred, guess what? We enter. Remember, we have two options from the first strategy. We enter at the beginning of the break, or we enter at the retest. In this case, there was no retest, or where was it? Okay, there was no retest. So if you want to enter safely, you would have not entered this trade because you were waiting for a retest. But if you want to enter aggressively like me, we could have entered here and have a nice risk to reward ratio. So that is it for that. Now let's look for the third strategy. But the third strategy on the list, the third strategy is using the flag, or we call it the trend pattern. Okay, the trend analysis will tell you when to buy and when to sell. So in this case, let's draw here. For example, we do our analysis here, and then what we do is simple. We wait for the break. Now when the break happens, we then look for the two strategies I listed earlier, which is the break or the loss of momentum, or the market shift, the momentum shift, right? So in this case, we took a break. So there was a break here, good, which is step number one. We can enter from here, or we enter here. The third strategy is using our the trend line to actually make our chart pattern. So whatever it may be, we use our trend line to know how to analyze our trades and take either from the two strategies above. So the trend line is basically a strategy whereby you know where to enter and where to exit in the general sense. But if you want to apply everything together, you are going to combine them, right? So meaning we are taking the break, we are taking the loss of momentum, and we are finalizing everything with the trend line. So with the trend line, we mark out that trend line, and then the market actually from that break. So this is actually our move right here. From the beginning of the trend line to the very end, we mark it out. So in this case, we just trace it from that level right here down to the very beginning of that move, right? And then we put our TP right there. So if we turn this over, let me just mark the TP. So this will be our first TP right here. So you see, the trend line will help you identify your exit and your entry, right? So if we want to mark our TP2, then we are going to double this stuff up. So if we take this from here to here, then we mark the next TP zone, which is here. You're gonna see that the market hits the TP, you see. So that is when you are swinging or you are holding for a longer period. All right, so that is it. Those are the three strategies. Very simple, just the way I explained it. So remember, if you want to draw your trend line, you draw it from weeks to week, right? So in this case, let's say you want to enter this trade, right? The market is on this level. Let's say you want to enter this trade. Let me use the right tool, sorry. Let's say you want to enter this trade right here. Good. Now guess what, we now know that we have a structure like this, right? So this is where our move started from, and we take that and put it right there. And guess what, our TP was hit. Boom. And then we can, add again. Our TP still hit. We add again. Our TP was still hit. We add again. So you see, so this is just it, guys. So what you're gonna do, you practice, you work on yourself, and if you need proper guidance, use the link on my video description to reach out to me. It's still your boy Zamba. Actually, there's more videos coming up, so do well to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Don't forget to show love. I love you guys. Stay safe. Happy trading. Peace.
Custom on the beat.
Damn, David.
Had to take a little leave for the bitch. Had to tell her she gonna recruit.